I never imagined I would climb an ice mountain hundreds of feet above the ground.
And that's because I never have. I'm terrified of heights and I hate winter. But Canadian ice climbing legend Will Gadd has made a career out of it. And his latest adventure to climb a famous mountain was life-changing. And he hopes it changes your life too.
It makes you think about, at least it made me think about what I was doing there. You know, many of the formations are disappearing, and my actions have a direct impact on that. I flew there in a jet. So how do I want to live my life? What do I want it to look like? And how do I kind of take responsibility for this?
In 2014, I climbed the ice fins on top of Kilimanjaro.
Will has been scaling the sides of mountains around the world since he was 16 years old. He recently released a documentary on Red Bull TV called The Last Ascent. It follows his journey to climb up Mount Kilimanjaro. He made the climb just over 5 years earlier, but much of the glaciers from his stunning photos are almost gone.
One thing I think it's important to note here, though, is I'm an ice climber and it's a sport for me, right? If I can't climb icicles, it's not a big impact on the world, really, right? It's very important to me, but maybe not so much to the world. But for the Tanzanians that rely on moisture, that is a big deal. They very rarely get 2 solid rainy seasons anymore. They used to do that pretty much like clockwork.
Will has made changes in his life to lessen his carbon footprints since returning from his trip, but says it's not just an issue happening in Tanzania, it's happening around the world, including right here in Canada.
The Athabasca Glacier has retreated kilometers since I was a kid and went there. And that's just in our lifetime, right? So I see this, it's just really obvious. This is not a theory. Like when I show up and my glacier is changed dramatically or my ice climb isn't there, it's very personal. So it's bittersweet, but there's also hope, I think, here that we can make changes and do better.
Now, as if climbing ice mountains or scaling the sides of cliffs wasn't dangerous enough, he didn't walk down the mountain after he reached the top. He jumped off it.
Flying off Kilimanjaro was also a life dream for me. What a cool thing to do, you know? I just love that. And it was magic.
It took them 4 days of walking and climbing to reach the peak of the mountain.
I'm wanting to know, are you listening to music? Like, do you have a playlist that has like Ice Ice Baby? She's as cold as ice to get you going?
You know, I'm more of an iced tea than vanilla ice guy. If I'm gonna listen to like, you know, 90s rap, we're going iced tea and that genre more than more than vanilla ice.
Lindsay Dunn, City News, Toronto.